Hi, you guys. Oh boy, it has been the last couple weeks have been intense for me. So, I wanted to do something casual today and something that I've been thinking about doing for a while, which is an FAQ on fasting. People ask me questions all the time, which I greatly enjoy and encourage. Please feel free to continue. But I also get asked certain questions a lot, and I find myself answering them again and again. So I thought um, over time, this would be the first part, I would pull out a few common ones and answer them here, and then that way I could direct people back to them for a quick and easy way to get the answers that they're looking for without having to comb through everything. So I just pulled out three for today, and I hope they're helpful for you, and I hope you're all doing really well. So the first one is, how much water do you drink prior to starting a dry fast? Um, yeah, that's a great question. And the answer is as much as I can possibly manage. It depends on how long the dry fast is going to be, how many days prior to starting it I decided to do it, and how I'm feeling. Like sometimes you really like feeling the water, and then sometimes less so. But if I'm gonna do something long, like the 7 days dry that we just did together a couple weeks ago, I plan out something like that at least a week or two in advance, which means I am hydrating deeply prior to that. I actually was looking back at the thumbnails, and I even in the week or two before the dry fast started in those videos, like a little puppy, because I was drinking so much that I was retaining water. Which is fine because I knew that it was gonna drain out over the course of 7 days of drinking and eating nothing. But yeah, I try to be extra hydrated going into something really long. For a shorter one, I just try to drink enough that I'm not craving water uncomfortably during the first day. Because usually after that, your system basically shuts down and you're not really looking for it anyway. And then, of course, right before I start pretty much any dry fast, but especially one that's going to be longer than 3 days, I do a cup of baking soda water at as the last thing I drink before I start it. And that will come up again in the third question. But the second question, which I get asked a lot, is how do you keep yourself busy during a dry fast? Really, during any fast, but I think people have a lot of trepidation surrounding dry fasting, so I get asked a lot of questions about it. Um, I will say again that once you get past the first day of a dry fast, things get remarkably easier. It doesn't seem like it should, but it does. Physically, your body is brilliant and resilient, and it recognizes that something is up and adjusts itself. So, usually, like maybe halfway through day 2, as long as I'm not experiencing any headaches, I am also not experiencing any hunger or thirst. My body just like clicks into dry fast mode, and it's like, okay, I know what we're doing here. And it usually you're in ketosis by the second or third day. Your body is conserving energy and then reutilizing the stored energy that you already have to keep itself going. So once it makes that switch, I tend to feel a ton better. And as long as I'm okay mentally, I could just go at that point. Now, the mental part of keeping yourself busy is key because it's during those first 24 to 48 hours, or maybe 36, depending, that you got to keep yourself away from the temptation of eating or drinking if you're really trying to stay on board. If you're just trying out like 20 hours or something, something less than a full day, I would say just go as long as you can, and stop when you're ready. But if you're really shooting for a goal, I'm going to dry fast for 3 days, or something like that, then you have to be mentally prepared. And that is both taking that mental preparation in with you beforehand by eliminating things that are concerning you and would tend to make you want to break if possible. Sometimes you just got to deal with that stuff in the fast, but if you can eliminate some of it beforehand, that's helpful. And then if there's a spiritual focus to your fast, that's another really useful assistance once you're in the middle of it and you see and you feel or see temptation come up, because it's all over the place. People are always eating and drinking, oddly enough, especially when you're not doing either one. But hobbies are nice, work, rest, anything that you can do, prayer, meditation, reading a book, watching a movie, taking a walk. The friends that fasted with me a few weeks ago kept bringing up, go outside and take a walk. I'm a huge introvert, and I already have to go out a lot for various things, so I tend to stick close to home base. But if you need to get out because you're still quarantined, do it. Go for a walk. It helps. Just being outside for a little bit, it really does help. So that's one nice way to keep yourself busy. And then know too that physically, if you are feeling hunger, a lot of times it's because of a hormone called ghrelin, Ghrelin, and it basically surges when it thinks you're about to eat. It makes you think you're hungry, and then if you don't eat, it'll go away. So if you can last out the physical and mental responses for maybe 20 minutes or an hour by redirecting your focus, you'll be fine. And the last one for today, will drinking only water without any electrolytes be okay after a 7-day soft, dry fast, which is an excellent question. And my answer to it is, I wouldn't do it. Your body becomes very acidic when you are dry fasting. And so one of the first things you want to do when you break a dry fast is alkalize it. One of the first things you don't want to do when you break a dry fast is eat because your body, your digestion is it's shut down. 7 days is a long time to ingest nothing, and you need to let your system wake up. Just like it took a couple days for it to shut down, get at least a full day to wake back up, especially if you are not experienced. I dry fast a lot, so my body can kind of jump in and out. I won't say easily, but more easily than it used to. But if this is a new practice for you, really give yourself like nice, protracted transitions so that you don't have a negative experience that makes you want to stop doing it, because it can be such a great thing depending on who you are and why you're doing it. And I would hate for a negative experience to deter you because you were doing it in a way that wasn't healthy. So I would say break a dry fast, anything longer than 3 days, but really any dry fast with electrolytes. Baking soda water, the last one that we just did, the 7-day, I did baking soda water for the first 2 hours and then added in coconut water, which is the first time I've done that. And that I felt like made the transition go a little faster, but I also don't necessarily like doing that because of the sugar content in coconut water. But this past time, I didn't drink the whole thing. I drank about a third of one of those little boxes, and it was okay. But yeah, something that will alkalize your body, and you can look up alkaline drinks and then pick one that works for you. Nothing dairy, something clear that will help get electrolytes back into your body in a way that also tastes good to you. So you can pick something that you like the taste of, but that also isn't going to damage you. So I hope that's helpful. Just 3 today, no edits, no graphics or anything, just like simple and casual. And I will be doing more of these as I comb back through some of the questions people have asked me and highlight ones that I think would be helpful for all of you. Thank you so much for being here, guys. I really appreciate each and every one of you. Click subscribe if you're new and you haven't done so yet, or you're old and you haven't done so yet. Not old, but just you've been here for a while. And I hope you have an amazing, beautiful last weekend of summer in the Northern Hemisphere anyway. And I'll see you soon.